Hello world, thanks for tuning in. By now you are probably aware that on August 2nd, 2011, at approximately 12:42 p.m. Eastern Time, the future course of America shifted suddenly. The Senate finished off an act that can only be described as treason, which was started by the House of Representatives. The Congress created what appears to be a third house, a super Congress, which at this point in time, with the information available, appears to conjoin the powers of the legislative branch of government with the executive branch. This super Congress will consist of 12 legislators, 6 Republicans and 6 Democrats, 3 from each house from each party. This alone may violate the First Amendment, as it does not appear to permit any future independent, libertarian, Green, or Constitution Party member from sitting on this council. This Imperial Committee of 12, which may have a 13th member represented by the executive branch in the event of a tie vote, will have the power to ram legislation through the true Congress by stripping them of their power to make amendments to or filibuster potentially new draconian laws. Additionally, the stated goals of the Super Congress, for the near term anyway, will be to draft new taxes, fiscal policy, and austerity laws, most of which will presumably fall on the shoulders of what remains of the working middle class. The true Congress now has 14 days from the passing of the debt ceiling/Super Congress bill to appoint its members. But not all members of the Congress appear to be welcome for consideration to the Super Congress. According to the Council on Foreign Relations-controlled rag The Weekly Standard, Stephen F. Haynes writes, and I quote, "Excluding those who vote against the debt deal will ensure that some of the most fiscally conservative members of the Senate Republican caucus, including most of its freshmen, will be reading about the committee's activities in the newspaper rather than guiding its decisions." End quote. And who would those potentially exempt Congresspeople be? Mike Lee, Ron Paul and his son Rand Paul, Jim DeMint, Ron Johnson, Pat Toomey, Jeff Sessions, and Marco Rubio, just to name a few. There is also the worry of basic civil rights being suppressed or even eliminated by the Super Congress's fast-tracked legislation. On the eve of the passage of the bill that formed the Super Congress, Gun Owners of America stated, and I quote, "Gun owner registration, bans on semi-automatic firearms, adoption of a UN gun control treaty. All of these issues could very well be decided on over the next 24 hours, end quote. And with little oversight of the Imperial Council of 12, and with little means of resistance from the true Congress, these concerns are valid. So what then shall Americans do? Well, let us take the advice of Howard Beale. Turn off your favorite primetime mainstream media punditoid right in the middle of whatever dribble they are slurring. All the mainstream media is talking about is how this is all the Democrats or all the Republicans' fault. And this is nothing more than polarizing horseshit meant to keep you, the American public, divided and at each other's throats. The first thing we need as a nation to heal these wounds is unity. Not unity against those that have left or right-leaning ideas, but unity against the true structures of power in government. The round table groups, the think tanks, those that have the ears and the strings of those that lead us, and whom have brought us through their whispers and their coercion to this horrible place. The Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberg Group, and the Club of Rome. These organizations have had their slimy tentacles in every president's cabinet and every congressperson's re-election bankroll since the end of World War II. Their faces have changed throughout the years, but their goals remain from one election year to the next, and this is why things never improve. The names you may know of recent times include Geithner, Pearl, Donlin, Clinton, Rumsfeld, Haas, Powell, Greenspan, Cheney, Rice, Jones, Paulson, Bernanke, Kissinger, Brzezinski, Gates, Steinberg, Volcker, and Blair, just to name a few in the government alone. But these groups control more than just the government. They control the media. They control the corporations. They control and act in the movies you watch. They talk on the radio shows and television shows that you tune into. They script the music your children listen to, and they edit the papers and magazines that you read. And if you are brave enough to look beyond even this layer, you will learn that these groups were set up by and ultimately answer to the largest financial institutions in the world. The too big to fail New York, London, and European banks.